been homeless for about 7 months. Now I'm at the New Start programme, where you know, it's a wet house for druggies and alcoholics. I'm 9 years sober off alcohol. I'm still using heroin now and again. I'm on a methadone script to come off heroin, and I'm on a programme and it's working. I'm not a waster, so to speak, like, you know. I'm a druggie now, but I'm polite and, you know, respectful sort of thing, like, you know. I was running my own business 4 or 5 years ago, and then I had a house fire and lost everything, where I was working from home, and then I sort of went back down the bad path again to mental health problems and stuff, you know. Dad beat me up most of my life, nearly every day in my life. Once I'm well and clean off drugs, I'm ready to move on. They'll help me find a place of my own to move on to, and help me into work and whatever I need to do. But I'm currently on a DRR for I stole a suitcase off when I was homeless just before Christmas. I stole a suitcase off a train, but I was desperate, and it just silly thing. But I got caught for it, and I'm in court for it now, and I'm just doing a DRR programme with probation, drug rehabilitation order.
Right, okay.
If I give 2 negative tests a week, then they'll help me with what I want to do. You know, so I want to go back to college to get my welding certificate. No one's going to help you if you're going to be a waster and just get wasted all the time, you know. It's all right in Truro, you know, and St. Petrox as well, you know. Without this place, I'd probably still be, you know, a lot worse off than I am, like, you know. You get new people come in here every week, you know. There's always homeless people.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Once the word gets out, you know, there's not a lot of facilities like in St. Austell, so people come over from St. Austell, you know. There's an outreach. They've got an outreach worker which goes around here to all homeless people, like out in the sticks, who can't get here and stuff, and they take stuff out to them, which is all they need, and that. So yeah, it's a good little project, like, you know.
Yeah.
Without it, you know, there'd be a lot of crime and a lot of unhappy people in Truro, like, you know. People are so interested when someone's got a camera, aren't they?
They're all looking, are they?
Yeah, everyone's looking. And I smiled at the lady who was in the car, and she smiled. I'm 9 or so years sober off alcohol. I've had about 12-year heroin addiction and recently, no, I was clean 4 years ago for 2 years, totally clean. And now I'm just getting clean again because I'm on a methadone script, which stops you from being ill off the withdrawals from the heroin. Because the reason why, because I was jumping between jobs, and I thought, right, you know, I couldn't. Everything was sort of boring. My life was boring. That's why I started doing drugs again. Because when I quit it, I had to cut myself off from all my friends, and then life was boring. I tried making new friends with normal people, drug-free, but that didn't happen. No one was on my wavelength. So I was working for 2 years with no friends, and then life just got boring. So I went back round to an old friends, and they were still on drugs. And that's how I started using again. See the doorway?
Yep.
No one lives there. Just sleeping under there with a sleeping bag.
Right.
Not nice, is it? When I first come into Truro, and I didn't know no one, and nowhere to go really. And you know, that's the cardboard's still there. The cardboard's still there, which I was sleeping on. Like, you know, it's like not very nice. There's a bucket down there to pee in, but so, you know, I do try and stay as clean as possible. Right? This is the squat. This big building.
Yeah.
It's private property, but it's been closed for well over 10 years. You know, and it's been used by at least 20 people as homeless, like as a squat, and it's been that long. Like the security guards don't even bother anymore. They don't bother coming to check or nothing. I'll just show you quickly, but we won't go in because, and there's also other people could be in here. Yeah, look, it's an old farmers club. You know, this kept me dry and warm for a good few months, like, you know, a good couple of months, should I say. Well, like I say, this is that action. Tremendous house. This is where I'm doing my drug rehabilitation. I was previously. My daughter lives there.
Right.
I got a 10-year-old daughter. Oh, that's where it's coming from, isn't it? Yeah, I got a 10-year-old daughter. Yeah.
Nice.
And the other one's off my ex-missus, really, but you don't want to see that. I don't know the crack with that. I don't know, you know, and we're on benefits as well, but we're still allowed to. People ain't allowed to work, but the homeless are allowed to sell a big issue. I don't understand that. People, just because they're thinking tramps, not homeless, they're thinking tramps. We could all be homeless, you know.
Yeah.
The way things are going. Like the other car park in town, over the other side, the other multi-storey, it's got like the steps going up through the middle, and we stayed in there where the lift is. And then every morning about 7, 8 o'clock, the security guard comes round and kicks us out. There's a city in it, 'cause it's got a cathedral. Not brilliant, not a big city, but it's alright. Well, okay, since last time I've seen you, I've applied to a few voluntary jobs, one at Ox Farm, which I work 4 days a week, and one at YMCA, work half a day a week, towards a college course which I'm looking to do in retail management. I'm still at New Start, not homeless. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've never done retail before. That's why I thought I'd go and do some voluntary to see if I enjoy retail. So, because I've got a chance of going to college. So, in college, then Ox Farm said they'll train me up as a management. So they're going to train me to start training me on the till next week, and go from there. Like, you know, I've learned to use a computer, print out gift aid barcodes, research for videos and DVDs and antiques, jewellery, just to see how much they're worth and pricing them and stuff. They pay my dinner if I work all day. They pay my travel fee if I have to travel, because I live in Truro, there's no travelling involved, and they're really happy with my help. Yeah, so there may even be a job at the end of it. You know, still as skint as ever, still on the dole.
How's your methadone going?
Yeah, that's still the same.
Yeah.
Not probably using once a week on top, and that's it. So my usage has got better. Hopefully be able to give a clean test this week. as long as I don't use today, and that's it. But it's payday today and it's very hard not to. But I'm going to see my daughter, so hopefully if I stay over there then I won't use today, and tomorrow I can give a clean test. Let's see how it goes.